Hey, welcome to another episode of Connect with KB. As always, it's so great to have you tuning in as we talk about business, education, leadership, and all the wonderful things that connect us to each other. Joining me today from one of Mid-Michigan's newest cannabis businesses is Nikki Salander, Experience Director at Flora, where the cannabis retail experience is being taken to a whole new level with ambiance, a drive-thru, and an outstanding customer service platform. Welcome to the podcast, Nikki. So great to have you with me here on Connect with KB.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. You know what? You come in here, you look so excited and happy, and you're enthusiastic about the business, and I couldn't be happier for you. Tell me the Flora story.
Well, Flora was created by a group of friends that had a vision to enhance the Michigan cannabis experience here. So I think that's a great way to bring out the fact that Flora is going to be a unique experience for our customers. We want to provide that personalized and unique experience for you, and we want you to walk away with that, wow factor, not just because it's a beautiful dispensary, which it is. It's not. It's full of light and flowers, just like we say, we're Flora. But our florists are knowledgeable. If you have a question, whether you're a brand new customer or you've been in multiple dispensaries before, we will help you and we will find the product that you need. That is our goal.
Well, you said that. You talked a little bit about, there's obviously a lot of dispensaries now. Recreational marijuana was approved in 2018. What is it about Flora that kind of separates you from other dispensaries?
My personal belief on that is first thought, brightness, happiness. The vibe is just immaculate. Our florist set the tone. The building sets the tone. Customers constantly compliment on the vibe of the Flora experience from the moment they walk in our building, even if it's in the drive-thru. We do not separate that experience. You get the full Flora experience, whether you are in-store, curbside, or drive-thru.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, one, about the drive-thru, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But when you talk about Flora and you talk florists, I think that that's kind of a unique concept as well, because generally, in this industry, the people that service and do the customer service are usually referred to as bud tenders.
Correct.
So how did the name Flora come about, and how did you get to naming your people florists?
Absolutely. Well, Flora is a goddess, and we wanted to embody that. We didn't want to go with the bud tender. That's where you see everywhere you go into a dispensary. We want to set ourselves apart. We want to be different. So we have the Flora. We have our, the beautiful dispensary. We have a knowledgeable team. What else can we separate? Let's not call them bud tenders. Let's call them florists. Let's add to it. Let's give it that little spunk.
Well, and when you do that, and your florists, how do they act differently, too, in regards to interaction with the customer versus somebody who would be a bud tender? What do they say to people that's a little bit different?
So they have been trained in sales and in the product knowledge, but for sales, they were told to be themselves, connect with the customers, create a relationship with the customers. They have a little ability to make the notes if they want. They have iPads with them. They have the convenience of all the knowledge possible. And the friendship that they're building with our regulars is amazing. We get happy to see them walk through the door. I've even seen a car pull up and they'll be like, oh my gosh, they're here.
So-and-so's here.
Right, it's just, they're so excited to be there. I think they're even passionate about the job themselves, and I think that's a whole different experience.
Well, and it really is. I mean, you can tell when people like their work, that they're happy to be there, that they're knowledgeable. I thought it was really interesting and kind of a great little spin on the cannabis industry with the grand opening being on 4/20. And how successful was that? What was the day like for you guys? And I suspect that you opened up at 4/20 on 4/20.
We opened up at our normal hour at 9 a.m.
Yep.
Yes. So 9 a.m. we opened our doors on 4/20, and it was, it was booming. Absolutely. I don't even know if I remember the day. I remember being behind the counter, and at 4:20, a little bit before, they started counting down 10 seconds before. and it was like, what's happening? And then everyone was like, happy 420. It was just packed.
Yeah.
You know, multiple people. We had Turple Gang, one of our distributors was there. They had won awards last year at the 2022. So that was fabulous to have them involved. And, you know, we just had a great time. We had the People's Kitchen, we had the music. It was just a great day.
Well, and I suspect that that really kind of gave people a good preview of the kind of work that you're doing to connect with your florists and to have an opportunity to have another option in the Mid-Michigan region. Why did the Flora go right out there to Bath Township on Saginaw, which is right off of the highway?
Perfect location. I mean, that is a great location, and it is also the only dispensary in Bath Township.
Is that right? Okay. I didn't realize that. And, you know, there's going to be so much growth out there, too. I thought that that was a very unique spot to go. There is a lot of development coming in right now. Are there ideas behind, this is the only one that you have, right? Flora's in East Lansing.
At the moment,
yes. Are there plans to do others?
Yes, there is plans to do others. That's always the goal, I think. But at the moment, Flora in East Lansing is the main base and will always be the main base.
Good. Well, we love to hear that. We want there to be very successful businesses in the Mid-Michigan region and Ingham County, and you're in good hands with the business community here and the amount of people that would probably visit your dispensary. Talk to me a little bit about this combination of CBD and THC and how that's kind of working in for people from a wellness standpoint.
Absolutely. Well, so the great thing about CBD and THC is that you can combine them, you can use them separately, and they can also help each other. CBD is more for the body, for the pain. So if you don't want to experience that, euphoric head high that we associate with cannabis, you can use just the CBD to relieve your pain. There are rubs, there are tinctures, and that is a great way for many people that, have to use these prescription drugs or aren't able to have that pain relief that they're looking so deeply for.
Well, and I think that, and as I read and I talk to people too about, sometimes that's the only relief that they can really get, that, they could get too used to the drugs that they're on, but this does provide a lot of different relief, and you can take it in different forms too. So from a medicinal standpoint, although I suspect that you have medical as well as recreational at Flora?
So we are just recreational, but we do honor medical.
You do? Okay, yeah. And that is really kind of a different prescription or potency sometimes, I think, in regards to what people can get from a medical versus recreational. Or does it really just kind of depend on what you want?
So there are just daily limits and monthly limits that are different for the medical versus recreational.
Okay.
For the amounts of how much you can buy.
Sure. What about the opportunity for people to become educated more? I suspect that that's really where your florists come in, because they must get a lot of questions from people who just come in and they don't know exactly what they want. They want to be guided and educated a little bit on what those options are.
Absolutely. So Flora is, you walk in and you are greeted with a florist. And that florist is going to either walk you around, or if you want to just browse on your own, you are more than happy to do that as well. Everything is set up so you can do it either way. We want this to be as personable as possible, custom to how you want to shop. It is all about the customer for us. Even in the drive-thru, we've had a couple people so far even come through just asking, hey, what are you? And then when we tell them,
can I get a cup of coffee?
Absolutely. That's exactly what's happening. And, we're like, we're a cannabis dispensary, and they'll be like, oh. And then, they'll ask a couple questions, and it's great to just inform them. Sometimes they don't even purchase that at that moment, but it's just great to get that information out to people, because I think it's not put out into the world right now.
Right. Well, and you know what, where marketing comes in for you. I mean, obviously there's so many new things that are happening with the business. As the experience director, tell me what your role is like on any given day.
So lately it's been a lot of merchandising right now, getting that store prepared, and we've been getting product more and more each day, and that's awesome. We are customizing that to our customers' preferences as well. The more and more we're getting, customers coming in through our doors and asking for certain products. but I'm also working on community and events. So we want to really connect with our community. We want to give back. We want to just create an environment, that shows like, hey, we're Flora, like come on in. We are, we're separated from everyone else. We want to provide that unique experience for you. We want to just give you the Flora experience.
You bet. Well, and so many opportunities really for you too, from a community engagement. I talk a lot about the Chamber of Commerce on this podcast. I used to work at the Lansing Regional Chamber, but that is a great way for you to get in and talk to other businesses as well, and to share what the Flora experience is like, and for this to become so much more commonplace now. You and I talked a little bit about that offline in regards to somewhat of the stigma for marijuana. There are 21 states now that offer up recreational marijuana. What is it that you would like for people to know about the industry itself that really makes you a very, a profitable, but also very educational business, and what people really need to know about it?
So I think a lot of people talk about the business side of it. They say how many sales we make, because it is. Every year in Michigan, we have grown in sales. We, double, we triple every year we grow. And that's awesome, it is. But cannabis can help people. And I think that's what we often forget. We still associate it with the loco, crazy, drug that first came out. It's going to make you go wild, and violence and all of those. That's not what's going to happen. It's a mood booster. It's an elevator. It's a pain reliever. It can help in so many different ways. I've seen it help with so many different diseases, and it's just an amazing, amazing thing that's come to us.
Well, and it's not just a young people thing. I suspect that you have people of all ages that are coming in. And do you guys do kind of a data and dashboard on the population that generally comes into your space, or how you even market to people?
So we do have a popular following with the elderly ladies, which is awesome. I think that they just are florists, they really do cater to them. So they walk in, they don't really know what they're looking for.
Sure.
And they can help them find it. We have some great products. We have, even if they don't want to go for the whole THC, we have those CBD options. We have like mini little chocolates and things that can get them excited. I think that's definitely a big following for us.
Well, and I think a lot of people now too, the day and age that we live in, kind of post-COVID, and, there's a lot of discussion about mental health, and people sometimes using recreational marijuana to just take the edge off a little bit, to help them sleep, to help with aches and pains. And I suspect that that's where, you start to have people who are a little bit older coming in, is that they want some type of relief so that, their joints don't ache and that people can sleep better. And so I'm sure you're getting a lot of that as well.
Absolutely. We even have products that are just specifically for sleeping. We just even got in a couple new ones that are going to be for stay asleep, which I think is awesome. I hear all the time, I can get to sleep, but I can't stay asleep.
Sure.
I'm tossing and turning all night long. But hey, we got something for that. Come on down to Flora.
Right. Tell me a little bit about the projections over the next couple of years. We touched on it a little bit, but will there be other Flora openings?
We really hope so. That is the goal. But right now, we're just going to focus on creating a great Flora cannabis company and thriving in our community, connecting with our community and our customers.
Yeah, well, if I can be of help to you, Nikki, in regards to getting you connected to the community, I'm happy to do that. You are in great hands with Tiffany Dowling and the team over at M3 as well. They are so very well connected in this community. I want to wish you continued success. How do people find you? Can you order online? And we didn't touch base, we did earlier, but tell me about the drive-thru experience.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, you can find us on Weed Maps and Leafly, but our website is florael.com, and you can order on there. You can order on Dutchie, and then that's curbside, drive-through, or you can come in store and meet all of us at Flora, which is awesome. We love to meet everyone. We are located at 7733 East Saginaw Highway, and that is in East Lansing, Michigan, 48823. It is near the East Lansing storage. And then for the drive-thru, the experience is awesome. We are the first full functioning drive-thru in Michigan.
That's really cool. I like the uniqueness of that and kind of separating yourselves from others in the industry. And it was something that you created because you built the building. So you had to obviously come up with the idea to have a drive-thru as well.
Yes. So I don't know necessarily how they, created that idea of the drive-thru, but the two main things we have at Flora are our bulk. So you can either buy in pre-packaged or bulk for flour. And then we have our amazing full functioning drive-thru. So it's just like a Starbucks. You can come on up, order, and be on your way.
Tell me just real quickly about the responsibility part of this for you too, in regards to the education and making sure that people are aware of the consequences also of marijuana use.
Yes. So we obviously always let our customers know, the laws of what you are able to and not able to do. We do not tell people, and we do not we emphasize not to consume after you leave our property. Absolutely, when you get home,
you bet,
go at it. But wait till you get home, please.
Absolutely.
For everyone's safety, yours and others.
And from an age perspective, too, what is the legal age?
21 and up.
Yep.
For medical, it can be 18 and up.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I got to tell you, I wish you continued success. If there's anything I can do to help you along your journey, I certainly want to do that. I appreciate you coming out today, and I want you to stay in touch with me, all right?
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. It was a great experience.
You bet, Nikki. I want to thank my guest, Nikki Salander. She is the Experience Director at Flora Cannabis Company. I also want to thank my supporting sponsors, Governmental Consultant Services, Downing Industries, AF Group, Public Affairs Associates, Mercantile Bank, and the Leaderboard, Grand Rapids' new premier golf simulator experience. You can listen to all my podcasts at connectwithkb.com. Until we connect again, go live your best life. I'm your host, Kristen Belzer.